Fighting terror from across the border or fighting the red terror, our forces have left no corner and no stone unturned to decimate the enemy as they keep the nation first. And here on Republic TV, we keep the forces first, the nation first. I am Maharashtra Amit Shah. Let's begin.
दुनिया ने और देश के दुश्मनों ने भी देख लिया कि जब सिंदूर बारूद बन जाता है तो नतीजा क्या होता है। सौगंध मुझे इस मिट्टी की, मैं देश नहीं मिटने दूंगा, मैं देश नहीं झुकने दूंगा।
Operation Sindoor is not over. It only remains suspended for the time being. The Indian Army remains alert. We will respond yet again.
जो हिंदुस्तान का लहू बहाते थे, आज कतरे कतरे का हिसाब चुकाया है।
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ये उसका जवाब है। आज पूरी दुनिया हमारी सेना की वीरता और मारक क्षमता की भूरी भूरी प्रशंसा कर रही है।
भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
The roar of our leaders, the roar of the Indian forces is reverberating north to south, east to west, viewers. And remember, the operation is not over. And the first visit since Operation Sindoor is going to happen as far as NSA is concerned. It's a crucial visit that's on the card. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is heading to Moscow next week to attend the 13th International Meeting of High Representatives for Security Issues. Now, this is his first visit to a country since the operation began. Now, why is this important? What we understand is that during this Russia visit, Ajit Doval will push for the expedited delivery of 2 pending squadrons of the S-400 air defense systems, the Sudarshan Chakra. S-400, India's long-range and high-precision shield, which has proved its strategic value during the historic Operation Sindoor, has thwarted all the drone strikes attempted from across the border. And as India continues to stay on alert and fights against terror, the boost for air defense system is more important than ever. Remember, the US 3 years ago had publicly said that it was discouraging India from going ahead with acquiring the S-400 from Russia. Today, it is for the world to see why India resisted every pressure from outside or inside, viewers. So this is a strategic push amid Operation Sindoor, and this is going to be an important visit. And viewers, we also spoke to defense expert Major General Sivach on that. Listen in. We are being joined by Defence Expert Major General A.K. Sivach. Now, General Sivach, this is of course NSA Ajit Doval's first visit since Operation Sindoor, and he heads to Moscow. Now, this becomes very, very important given the fact that how a crucial role has been played by S-400, the deal with Russia, and also the fact that the BrahMos missile that was used to decimate several bases in Pakistan was also jointly developed by India and Russia.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. As far as Russian equipment is concerned, has proved to be very, very effective and robust. In fact, BrahMos missile, which have been jointly produced by India and Russia. This is the best cruise missile in the world today. The way it has operated and also come victorious in Indo-Pak, this conflict of 4 days. Everyone to see this is the best cruise missile with a 3 Mach speed, and it cannot be detected because it goes very close to the earth. At the same time, it was S-400 which made a lot of difference, because the S-400 is the best air defense system available today in the world. And no denying the fact that no rocket, missile or drone could penetrate through the multi-layered of the air defense system, in which S-400 was one of them. Then there was Akash, then there was a Barak 9 missile, as well as it has Ju-23M shield cars and L-70 and anti-drone. But overall, one can say with a lot of pride that the jointly produced BrahMos as well as S-400 were one of those which proved to be most effective in this conflict of 4 days.
And so how do you see in the Indo-Russia relationship? Because there has been a consistency if you talk about this bilateral ties between the two countries, especially if you see how Russia has been playing a counterweight to countries from Eurasia, especially in such times, and it's been a historic a bonding with Russia. So, in wake of the current situation, how crucial you feel Russia is right now for India?
Russia is very important for us in the sense, the point is that not too many countries come openly with India as far as Pakistan is concerned. Though Pakistan stand isolated, there are also only 3 countries with Pakistan today, that is China, Turkey and Azerbaijan. But India was expecting that the role which Europe should have played was a very, one can say, emphatic role of denouncing the terrorism which has been perpetrated by Pakistan. But unfortunately, that has not happened that much. And so is the US. But Russia has come up openly. Russia has come, always stood with India. And Russia has, in no uncertain terms, say that they denounce terrorism in all forms.
Absolutely. It indeed has been most consistent partner as far as the anti-terror, counter-terror cooperation is concerned, and the fact that there is this very important understanding and realization now that why India had resisted all the pressure from United States as well. Just 3 years back, we had United States pressurizing us not to buy the S-400, but today, India's stand and resistance is now vindicated, isn't it?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. There was huge pressure that there will be a Karsa which will be put, counting America's adversary through Sanction Act, that we must not take S-400. They put Karsa on Turkey, and they also, once they have taken S-400, they refused to give them F-35. They also put Karsa on, that is economic sanction against China. But certainly there was huge pressure on India, but India stood by it. India said, no, S-400 is the best air defense system. It meets the requirement. When we wanted a very good system from Europe and US, they refused, especially terminally high-altitude area defense system called THAAD and patrol missile, and hence we went for S-400. But I can say with a lot of conviction, ultimately US realized that, and they did not have any heart to put Karsa or economic sanction against us, and we now have proudly S-400, which proved to be very, very effective in this 4 days conflict.
General Sivaj, always a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for joining us on Republic TV with your expert insights on the story.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So why S-400 is very important, and what role has it played, viewers, in this operation? Now, successfully neutralized the hostile Pakistani targets. We all know how it had thwarted all the attempts and neutralized all the hostile Pak targets. Next, it tracked the targets as far as 600 kilometers with precision. So the precision is the key word over here. Also, it intercepted the threats at ranges up to 400 kilometers. That's the significance of S-400 as well. So the threats up to 400 kilometers were also intercepted, and it tracked and engaged multiple aerial threats as well. So it continues to be one of the topmost air defense systems, and not just that, it provided a robust shield over Indian airspace as well. So in fact, we've seen that there were Pakistani drone strikes attempted in several cities across India, and S-400 was the one playing a very important part, viewers. And in fact, if we talk about now the status of the deal as far as the S-400 is concerned, it's a big defense push that India is going for in this visit as well. So NSA Doval, of course, will be visiting Moscow next week, as we told you. Now, 3 out of the 5 S-400 squadrons have already been delivered. They are here in India. Now, we want to expedite the process. Fast-tracking of remaining 2 S-400 squadrons is in focus. That is what is on agenda in this visit of the NSA. So, it's going to be, of course, a big boost to India-Russia ties, the defense ties. They have been, very strong ties historically, as they have been together in the counter-terrorism operations for decades now. And NSA will also visit. NSA visit happens after the parliamentary delegation's Moscow visit as well. So it is, of course, a very big push, a big boost for India's defense ties with Russia also. We shift our focus now, viewers. The anti-terror operation, the anti-red terror operation, the crackdown on red terror continues in Chhattisgarh. After 2 back-to-back operations in the Red Corridor, 24 Maoists have surrendered before the police. That signal another blow to the Red Terror. Out of these 24 Maoist viewers, 20 of them had a bounty of around 87.5 lakh rupees. Now, the crackdown is part of a larger anti-Maoist operation that spans across Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. And remember, this follows Home Minister Amit Shah's stern message on making India free from Red Terror. And the deadline, of course, is in 2026. And we see that Red Terror is right now at its last. It is breathing its last. My colleague Akil Jamil has been reporting from ground zero. He is going to share us the situation from Narayanpur. Over to you, Akil. This is a big success. First, what we saw, the top commander like Basavaraju have been eliminated. This has been going on for years. If we see over the past 1 or 2 years, the announcement of bounties for these top commanders have actually yielded efforts. And there has been a crackdown on all levels. The fact that the backbone has been struck this time by our forces, Akil.
Well, that's right, Rakshita. If you see what we have been seeing, that this is a major flashpoint in the Maoist operation. Because if you see earlier what we have seen, that in just 2024, if you just talk about, there were 219 Maoists who have been neutralized in the year 2024. But if you just talk about the data which is shared by the Indian government, what we have seen that just in the 5 months, if you just look at the data from January to May, what we have been seeing that over 200 Maoists have been neutralized in the southern region of Chhattisgarh, which include the Bastar division. If you talk about the 7 districts in that region, what we have seen that Bijapur is one of the prominent regions in this entire Bastar division, which has been majorly affected by Maoists. In that region, what we have seen that if you just see 2 operations, back-to-back operations have been conducted jointly by the CRPF team and the Chhattisgarh police team. In the first operation that was started back then in the month of April 21st, what we have seen that in a 21-day-long operation, 31 Maoists have been neutralized, which include 16 women. In the second operation, which was a consecutive operation to basically hunt down a senior Maoist leader, Basava Raju, who was basically hunt down in Abujmar area. Abujmar area is an unmanned area, used to be for decades long battle. What we have been seeing that he was basically hidden in those forests of Abujmar, which basically encompasses 3 different districts, which include Bijapur. Not only Bijapur, apart from that, if you see the Bastar region area and Kondagaon and Narayanpur area. So in that region, the security forces of 4 different districts, which include Narayanpur, Kondagaon and Bijapur. So these 3 district DRG officials and the STF officials have jointly conducted this operation. And in that operation, what we have seen that 27 Maoists have been neutralized. And unfortunately, 2 DRG personnel have also been martyred in this entire operation. So that's a big development that we are seeing. apart from that, what we have been seeing that there's a change in the trend in the southern belt of Chhattisgarh. And this very morning, what we have seen that the Bijapur SP, while speaking to the Republic Media Network, has confirmed this. Mr. Jitendra Kumar, who is the SP of Bijapur, he has confirmed this to me that in this very operation, after this very operation, what has happened that 24 Maoists have basically surrendered to the police, which include Battalion number 1 and Company number 2, two senior commanders who have basically had a bounty of 10 lakh rupees and 5 lakh rupees. Both of them have surrendered before the police. So it's a very welcoming step. And what we have been seeing earlier, if you see, Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah has given a direct call that by the end of March 2026, we will be able to completely wipe out Maoism. So by going by that mandate, what we have been seeing that the security forces, which include the CAPF, Central Armed Police Force, different units, different commands. Apart from that, if you see the Chhattisgarh police team, both of them working in tandem, in collaboration to bring out that mandate of basically hunting down those Maoists in that southern region of Chhattisgarh. Yes.
Yes, of course, a big win for the forces and, of course, the political will behind it. Thank you so much, Akhil, for joining us, reporting from Ground Zero in Narayanpur. And viewers, now we shift our focus to the exclusive inputs that we're getting in. My colleague Satya Vijay has spoken to IG Bastar P. Sundaraj on Operation Black Forest success.
पीएम मोदी से लेकर देश के गृहमंत्री से लेकर छत्तीसगढ़ के मुख्यमंत्री तक सभी इस ऑपरेशन की काफी तारीफ कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि इसे सबसे बड़ा ऑपरेशन बताया जा रहा है। कहा जा रहा है कि नक्सलवाद की रीढ़ की हड्डी टूट गई है इस ऑपरेशन से।
21 मई 2025 नक्सल विरोधी अभियान के इतिहास में काफी एक महत्वपूर्ण और निर्णायक दिन। उस दिनांक को डीआरजी टीम और माओवादियों के बीच में हुई मुठभेड़ में सीपीएम माओवादी संगठन का जनरल सेक्रेटरी, पूरा माओवादी संगठन का नंबर 1 टॉप कैडर है, उनका डेड बॉडी को सुरक्षा बल द्वारा मुठभेड़ के पश्चात रिकवर किए गए थे। उनके साथ साथ टोटल 27 माओवादियों का डेड बॉडी को सुरक्षा बल ने रिकवर किए थे। जिस तरीके से वर्ष 2024 में सुरक्षा बल द्वारा माओवादियों के खिलाफ एक निर्णायक लड़ाई लड़ते हुए 217 माओवादियों का डेड बॉडी बस्तर संभाग में बरामद की गई, तो उसके अलावा और अन्य कई माओवादियों का इस मुठभेड़, अलग अलग मुठभेड़ में मार गिराया होगा, लेकिन उनका डेड बॉडीज हमने किसी के कारण से रिकवर नहीं कर पाए थे। लेकिन 2024 में सुरक्षा बल ने माओवादियों को काफी बड़ा झटका लाए थे। उस बढ़त को आगे ले जाते हुए 2025 में भी काफी निर्णायक बढ़त हम तक को प्राप्त हुआ। इन सबसे ऐतिहासिक जो घटनाक्रम रहा 21 मई 2025 को, जिसमें सुरक्षा बल ने सीपीएम माओवादी संगठन का जो प्रमुख है, जो जनरल सेक्रेटरी और पोलिट ब्यूरो मेंबर, वो पूरा संगठन का सरगना है, उनका डेड बॉडी रिकवर किए गए थे। ये नक्सल विरोधी अभियान की पूरा घटनाक्रम में ये काफी एक महत्वपूर्ण जो हिसाब से इसको देख सकता है, और निश्चित रूप से आने वाला बहुत जल्दी नक्सल संगठन का खात्मा सुनिश्चित होगा और क्षेत्र में विकास कार्य को गति मिलेगा और एक शांति व्यवस्था स्थापित होने साथ साथ बस्तर के लिए एक नया आइडेंटिटी भी प्राप्त होगा।
सप्लाई चेन तोड़ दी है आपने नक्सलियों की, तो लेकिन इनके पास जो हथियार बरामद हुए वो तो काफी हाईटेक रहे।
जैसा जितना भी जो सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस से पूर्व में लूटा गया हथियार है, AK-47, SLR, इंसास, इन सभी तमाम हथियार को हम हाल फिलहाल में जितना भी एनकाउंटर्स हुआ, इसमें काफ़ी सैकड़ों की संख्या में हमने रिकवर बैक किया। और उनके पास जो लोकली फैब्रिकेटेड जो BGL शील्ड्स है या BGL लॉन्चर्स है और अन्य जितना भी वेपन्स है, उसके जो फैक्ट्री के ऊपर भी हमने विगत दिनों में काफ़ी अच्छा कार्रवाई किया। जैसा भी कोरागुटलो हिल्स में जो हमारा अभियान लगभग 21 दिन चला है, इस दौरान हमने उनका 4 ऐसा जो टेक्निकल फैसिलिटी वाला जो लोकेशन को हमने हाइडआउट को सर्च किया, उसको डिस्ट्रॉय किया। उसमें काफ़ी बड़ी संख्या में लेथ मशीन और इस प्रकार का जो BGL लॉन्चर्स, शील्ड्स बनाने के उनके पास जो भी मटेरियल्स थे, उन सबको भी डिस्ट्रॉय किए गए थे। इससे माओवादी का जो फायर पावर काफ़ी हद तक अभी कम होते जा रहा है। उनके पास संख्या बल भी पहले की तुलना में काफ़ी कम हो चुकी है।
Viewers, even as the guns have fallen silent along the line of control, the Indian Army remains on high alert, closely monitoring every movement across the border. India has deployed medium-caliber weapons in forward positions. The Army is leaving nothing to chance. Surveillance has been intensified, patrols have been stepped up, and frontline units remain in a state of operational readiness. Watch our exclusive report filed by my colleague Simran Singh.
Republic is reporting from the ground zero where Pakistan was hammered by the border security force and their bunkers were totally decimated by the troops of the BSF. Right now we are in the Samba sector where the BSF's gun is still pointed towards the Pakistani post because Pakistan cannot be trusted. Though the guns have fallen silent, but here a befitting reply was given by the border security force decimating the Pakistani terror infrastructure as well as the Pakistani Rangers infrastructure that was there, making it very clear to the Pakistan side that they cannot actually afford any mischief along the international border. A line of control, what we saw, it's almost the double on the international border because it was BSF and BSF proved to be lethal for the adversary as they have given them a befitting reply for the mischief that they were planning, and around 20 casualties to the Pakistan side has been confirmed. These are the posts of the Pakistan that is on the radar of the border security force. That post still has a Pakistani flag but it has been tilted down and the Pakistan dare not to come to this side so that they can even fix the position of their national flag there. As we move upwards here, we will be in a better position to show you the damage that has been done to the Pakistani position because this Pakistani position was the one from where a group of terrorists was trying to sneak in with the active assistance from the Pakistani Rangers as well as the Pakistani army. But now, as the threat is decimated, BSF is still keeping around the clock vigil on the situation that is prevailing here on the ground because this area has been one of those areas that has seen multiple threats coming from across the border, and to the right of the Sarjivan is the Pakistani post that is there. This Pakistani post has been decimated and the tricolor of Pakistan that you see here, that is now flying tilted, but Pakistan dare not to come and now they are sending their civilians into this area for so-called caretaking of this very post that has been decimated by the Indian side. I am joined by the commanding officer of the BSF battalion that has been deployed here. Mr. Shekhar, how it was that day? Because there was a movement that was seen across the border and the BSF response was way lethal than Pakistan has expected.
Yes, in war or in battle, it is always a surprise and the deception which plays a major role in fact. And if enemy cannot guess you what is coming to him, that makes him impoverished. On that particular day when we got the information and the information was discussed with the higher headquarters and then a plan was chalked out to decimate the terrorists or the infiltrators which were about to infiltrate into Indian territory, it is always better. It's always rather better to decimate the enemy in their field. The battle should always be fought in his own territory, not in our territory. And we did that as far as the choice of the weapon is concerned, choice of the target is concerned. The one who takes initiative always gets upper hand.
Sir, what is the prevailing situation now? Because we are seeing that flag is still tilted. They dare not to come to even fix this one. How's their morale? Because they have been hit brutally.
As far as their morale is concerned, their morale is always in the boots. Those people are not being seen here. Even the maintenance of the bunkers is being done by the civilians, or they may be doing it in the civil clothes, but they are not manning it also. As far as you are seeing this flag has not been changed. So, and there are other posts also in the near vicinity where the flag even not has been hoisted since 8th of night.
So, sir, can we say that they will not dare to even come from this side or any escalation from this side in near future because they have been hit brutally?
No, as a ceasefire has been declared, but I cannot say that enemy cannot be trusted, and we are ready. In fact, whenever he comes, we will give him the befitting reply, and this time we will not leave him like this.
So this time we will not leave him like this. This is the words that are coming from the border security force, and this is very clear that what BSF has given this time is just a trailer and the actual picture is baki, as said by the Raksha Mantri of the country.
And now my colleague Arawat has also been tracking the developments from the LOC. He gets this report from the last BSF bunker as the first line of defense continues to keep India safe.
Republic crew has reached the forward location in the Jammu and Kashmir. We have recently seen that the operations have been intensified across the line of control areas in the Kashmir Valley. We have recently seen that the Operation Sindoor, in which we have seen that the multiple launching pads in the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir have been destroyed by our forces. Then after we have seen there are the intelligence-based inputs that there is attempt of the infiltration by the Jaish and the Lashkar terrorists in the various parts along the line of control area in the Kashmir region. And then after we have seen security has been intensified, and you can see that these are the important routes, and you can see these are the difficult terrains where you can see that the combing operation is going on. This forward location is very much close to the line of control area in the Kashmir Valley. For the security reasons, we will not mention the exact location of the ongoing operation, and you can see how the troopers of the BSF and other paramilitary security forces are doing the multiple kind of operations at the various sensitive locations across the Kashmir Valley. We have got the multiple intelligence reports that there is desperate attempt by the terrorists from the launching pads to infiltrate to this side, but we have seen that the alertness of the forces, we have seen that the area like these, if Firdaus can show you from this very side, and you can see the difficult terrains where the ongoing operations are going on. We have recently seen in this area that the multiple anti-terror operations was conducted by the joint security forces, in which we have seen that a large quantity of the cages of arms and ammunition have been recovered by the joint security forces. But yes, that the intelligence has once again sounded alert in this area that there is possibility that the Jaish and Lashkar terrorists may infiltrate to this side.
From patrolling the line to the pounding the enemy, the Indian Army in Tangdhar has also shown that even the toughest terrain bows before them. Here's my colleague Harsha's report.
Right now we are at Air Defence forward post, and how the drill is being done here. We'll show you the drill exactly. I'll ask my camera person Gaurav to exactly post at the drill right now. The drill which is being conducted here is exactly the drill how Operation Sindoor was conducted, and how at the intervening night of 6th and 7th, how the air defense system actually worked from the forward post. And from here, the POK location, if we talk about, is not very far. The Muzaffarabad 2 terror launch pads were exactly targeted from here by the air defense system of our Indian Army. And also there's a proper radar and the control center and the command center from where the commands were entrusted. And this is the drill. Right now on our camera, how this L-70 air defense gun works. This is exactly how it worked, and for many days this drill was being performed, and therefore it also cracked down and destroyed and intercepted the hostile target from Pakistan.
Republic continues to get you the most extensive ground coverage from the front lines. Now, viewers, we leave you with this powerful message from the Indian Army. Jai Hind.
Aggression dared to cross our borders, we rose higher. Not with words, but with resolve. We are bound by duty to our nation and devoted to every citizen we serve. We stand guard over every life, every inch, every hope, in every circumstance. The Indian Army. When duty calls, we answer without pause.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
I have seen what it takes to report from the front line. Accuracy, urgency,